It's an interesting thing, guys. Like time and perspective changes how you view things. Like this is my A level artwork, and at the time I thought it was quite mediocre. Let's look at it and whatever, and a lot of still life stuff. I mean, I really enjoyed art. I enjoyed A level art, but at the time it was a hard time in my life. I got bullied for not being necessarily as the greatest artist of all time, kind of thing. It was pretty intense times for me in that regard, and so I suppose it took the joy away from being into art. It just kind of took that joy away from me, I suppose. But I've got my work out now because got curious about it. And I just kind of randomly thought, let me have a look at it then. And some of the ideas that I kind of played with in terms of being creative, and some of the influences of what I kind of went into, and it was kind of it's a bit of Robert Delaunay there and Alberto Borri style stuff, some still life stuff there, different ways of going about it, and it was like, actually, you know what? It's not that bad at all, really. It's like, when you think like, gosh, it's like, oh, okay, I'm not the best artist of all time, whatever, but it's not that bad. It's actually like pretty decent. I did get an A level for it, but it's still, it's not the worst artwork ever. Like it's actually like, yeah, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's like, I look back and I think, like, it's pretty decent stuff. That's the original there on that one. That's my interpretation of it. The original. Okay, that's the original. And the pronunciation is not very good there. And Valleja Costa painting, and that's my interpretation of that painting. Original. My interpretation. Original. My interpretation. No, it's not that bad. It's actually quite good. It's funny. It's really interesting. People can convince you of things. Peer pressure. Or people can convince you of things that are not actually true. People can tell you you're really not good at something, and actually you are. And I just look back at it now and think, wow, some of my stuff's it's pretty cool. Yeah, you gotta believe in yourself. Like, you think about like coaching and mentoring, and I'm a mentor. The irony of it, I work in education as a mentor to encourage children to believe in themselves and to be able to recognize. One of the sessions I talk about with children is knowing your own strengths, and I believe it's important for children to know their strengths. I believe it's important to have a psychological internal knowing that even if others outside of you, even if your peers, even if the society or culture around you doesn't appreciate your greatness, that you yourself know your greatness. You yourself know that you are good at things, you are talented, you are gifted, you can improve even at things that you're not so good at. You can improve as well. There's always room for maneuver. You're not expected to be perfect. Perfection is a moving target. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be always seeking to improve, always wanting to better yourself, always. And if you make mistakes, it's not the end of the world. You correct yourself, you ask for help, you go back to the drawing board if you need to. There's always a way forward that is positive and productive, that will bring the best out in all of us. And I just believe fundamentally that we need to believe in ourselves. We need our children and young people to believe in themselves. Everybody has talents, everybody has skills, everybody has something that they can be good at, or something that they can improve on that can be made better. And I look at my artwork here, which was, like I say, I did get an A level for this, but it wasn't the highest A level score, to be honest. But I did technically get an A level. But the point is, I look back at it years later, I'm actually quite proud of it. It's like, it's actually pretty good. Like, it's like, wow. Like, I come away from sixth form not thinking of myself as an artist because of what I've got, getting verbally abused about art, getting verbally abused, told like it's not good enough, and that I'm not good enough at what I'm doing, and a sort of a kind of strange sort of deconstruction of me as like 16, 17-year-old, and it's just like the whole thing was complete. I mean, I won't use French here, but the whole thing was completely wrong on every level. But I look back at it now, I realise, you know what, I'm an artist, aren't I? Like I'm not the best artist of all time, but I'm an artist, and actually I'm creating. And if you want to say, well, I'm not an artist, that's okay. But I know I'm creative, and if I want to be an artist, I could be. It might not be the top level, but it doesn't matter. I can be. I've certainly am a creative soul. I'm certainly talented. I'm certainly gifted, and yeah. Like I look back on this and realize, wow, some of the stuff I did was pretty cool. So it's me, almost like me, going in a time machine. And with children, with our mentees, you often sometimes think, oh, letter to your future self. This is almost like a letter to my past self, like to say, hey, dude, you know what? Don't stress. Like you're awesome. Like people, you know. And actually, as you get older, you get to that mentality of recognizing that actually, I don't care if all of you say this. Guess what? All of you are wrong. And that sometimes can be the scenario where people will try to get into your thoughts and be very critical and negative against you, to come against you in one way or another, whether it be deliberate or whether it be because they've got their own issues going on. And actually just recognizing that it doesn't mean they're right. It doesn't mean that they're actually right at all. And yeah, so believe in yourself. Always go for it. Give it your best shot. Anyway, peace. This has been your boy, Christian Fandom Geek. Much love and respect. And stay safe, especially in the times that we're living in. I often say that, but it's very, very literally true right now. God bless you.